Oh my god, when Sunday release, we're gonna play so much. We're gonna play with Sunday so much. After I'm done with Sunday, he's gonna need 7 days of rest. On God. Subscribe! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Church of Sunday, where today we'll be doing something very, very interesting and never before done on my YouTube channel, which is going to be answering 100 questions that you guys have about Sunday. I've been compiling this ever since the release of his early access review, so if you guys want to check out that video, feel free to check out my absolute cinema of 40 over a minute of in-depth analysis regarding Sunday's kit, right? So even after this video right here, is he only for summons? Spoiler, no. I have essentially compiled a kabillion, a gajillion, tillion, billion, million, dillion, billion, and we'll answer all that. There is one catch, which is right now on stream, I'm going to be playing something for my viewers. Essentially, someone paid us money to play this in the background while we're doing this, right? So without further ado, let's get into today's content. Alright, the first ever question about Sunday. Oh, louder? The first question about Sunday. That is not a question. Who will you suggest as a substitute for Robin in Sunday teams if we are using Robin with Fei Xiao or any other team? I would say probably Robin. Ah, my God. Han March 7th. I think Han March 7th would be kind of decent because she's not really like a full-on DPS. She's kind of like a support. And she's also very, very skill point positive. So in case if your son, especially if this is going to be an E0, S0 Sunday teams, then you would need that little bit of SP to kind of get yourself through, right? While spamming. Oh my God. I cannot hear myself think, guys. I cannot hear myself think. I legitimately cannot hear myself think. Okay, we'll play for 18 more seconds to make it 2 minutes. Alright. TLDR, me personally, I'll probably still go with Han March 7th. Aside from that, if you can somehow do a good enough speed setup, you could try something like a Sunday plus Sparkle. You could try something like Sunday plus Sparkle, and you make it such that Sunday is going to be before your Sparkle. So after a Sparkle buff, your Fei Xiao can get both the buffs from Sunday and Sparkle. I wouldn't really recommend you using Bronya and Sunday for Fei Xiao because Bronya's buff just completely expire and she doesn't really do a lot in terms of the follow-up as well. But I think Han March 7 is generally speaking a pretty good choice. Okay, shut the ever up. Alright, okay, done. Next question. Who would you recommend to pull Sunday on release or pull on rerun? Okay, TLDR. If you are a Jingyuan main, if you have no Super Break, no follow-up, no Acheron, no Yunli, I will pull for Sunday on release. Because it will help you quite a bit. And I don't think your current team can probably last you all the way to 3.0 into 3.1. If you already have 2 of these 4 teams, Super Break, Acheron, Yunli, Fei Xiao / follow-up, I personally think you can just pull for the rerun and then just pull for Fuke, especially if you use Super Break. And I think most players are using Super Break, so I'll personally pull for Fuke, right? Can you make a diabolical crit shot Sunday? It's possible, but Super Break Ling Sha with Sunday still works better than crit Ling Sha with Sunday. Just because the bunnies themselves can deal substantial Super Break damage. So I think this works, but I feel like Break Ling Sha works better. We'll find out about this on day 1 when we get. Oh my god, when Sunday release, we're gonna play so much. We're gonna play with Sunday so much. After I'm done with Sunday, he's gonna need 7 days of rest. On God. On thoughts of DPS Sunday Bronya Robin team on every DPS you can think of with both Sunday and Bronya using Sunday's Light Cone. I will personally swap out Bronya and give it to Hui because some DPS probably lack the damage to do a sustainless clear. Unless your DPS is strong enough to do a sustainless clear, or if you're really like gonna be speed tuning the team very specifically, I think for general comfort, I would still change this Bronya to Huan Huan. But I think Sunday Bronya Robin, this team would work with units like Blade, Jingliu, Jingyuan, and probably Scylla. I think these 4 units will probably work quite well. The reason why I say Jingyuan, by the way, is because Bronya can just scale Sunday, then Sunday permanently scales Jingyuan, and then Jingyuan just use basic attack. And you spam this 3-stack Lightning Lord, and you just let Robin's ultimate carry down damage. So we won't be relying on a 10-stack Lightning Lord, we'll be relying on perma-spamming 3-stack Lightning Lord. Other than that, I think Jingliu and Blade will probably work quite well, because I don't think we should face as much skill point problems as compared to other teams, right? Aside from that, I would still give it with for Jingliu team specifically, would you run a hyper speed Sunday and base speed Jingliu, or I will always run -1 speed combo? I will always run -1 speed combo, just because Jingliu by herself, she already has the extra turn from Spectral Transmigration, which means that you're going to be wasting 1 turn of Sunday's buffs. You get what I'm saying? So if you're doing hyper speed Sunday plus Jingliu, that means you're pulling up Jingliu, and that very first turn when she's not in the ultimate, you're wasting 1 turn of the buff already. So it might be a little bit annoying, especially if the Jingliu doesn't have the ultimate. Yeah, I would much rather just have a little bit more uptime. And then your slot 2 being, I'm assuming it's still Bubbin. It will carry you with so much attack and additional damage that you don't really care about that, attack boots on Jingliu. That's me personally. That being said though, I feel like a hyper speed Sunday, base speed Jingliu, Robin, sustainless, I think that could work. I think sustainless could work because you will just do so much damage that you wouldn't really be scared of running out of that specific scenario. So you either run like a Ting Yun, or you could run like mayhaps a Sparkle, or even a Run Mei. Aside from that, I think if you still have a sustain, I wouldn't really recommend it. Sunday AV Jingyuan. After that, Bronya AV Sunday. Okay, yeah, we literally just talked about this. Yep, I think this would be cooking, but you are missing one very important unit. Bubbin. If Bubbin is not in this team, this is gonna collapse. Cause 3-stack Lightning Lord does no damage. So you will need Bubbin. This is non-negotiable. You did not mention Argenti as part of the hyper carry team comp. Does that mean my Argenti is cool? I think Argenti still works. You know, I think Argenti still works. It's not really because Argenti doesn't work well with Sunday. It's just that Argenti is Argenti, and nobody and their moms are using Argenti. But I absolutely, Argenti absolutely would work with Sunday. You know, 20% max energy, perfect with Argenti's very high ultimate energy cost. Run him with Huan Huan, Bubbin, very, very good. So it will definitely work. Can you try a Sunday Sparkle Bronya team comp? We probably would need 2 Sunday signature light cones with at least a E1 Bronya. Otherwise, I don't think there's a world we can sustain this skill point consumption. And I don't think I'm pulling 2 Sunday light cones because I'm a relatable player. I feel like theoretically this also doesn't make too much sense because Sparkle and Bronya's buffs, they last 1.9999 turn and 1 turn respectively. So you will never get a scenario where you combine all 3 of their buffs in the same turn. It's always going to be Sunday plus a Sparkle buff or Sunday plus a... Wait, let me think. Bronya... Okay, Sparkle buffs your DPS. Okay, Sunday buffs your DPS first. So DPS gets a 2-turn buff. Then Sparkle buffs your DPS. DPS still has a Sunday buff plus the Sparkle buff. Okay, maybe it will work. It will work for 1 single attack. Okay, I know it's a choke on, but it's a 1 single attack. I'm referring to this. Sunday buff DPS. DPS gets 2 turns of Sunday buff. Sparkle buffs DPS. DPS has 1 turn of Sunday buff, 1 turn of Sparkle buff. Bronya buff DPS. Before your DPS turn starts, press his ultimate. At that specific junction before his turn starts, that ultimate, that 1 single ultimate will have all 3 buffs. Sunday Sparkle Bronya, that 1 ultimate. And you know who has an extremely high ultimate damage? Argenti! I think you are cooking though, but this is hella cool. Also for Sunday's E1, the 70% defense is not given to the target also get hindered by the summons resulting in total. Nope, summon is just 40. It's basically just 40. I hear you mentioned Sunday skill buff summon by 80%. No. Your main DPS gets 80% as well if they have a summon. If your main DPS does not have a summon, they will get 30%. So for Jingyuan, it's gonna be a 80% buff. Absolutely. Yeah, so everybody and their mounts get 80% if they have a summon. So Tobaz gets 80%, Lingsha gets 80%, Jingyuan gets 80%, Remembrance MC gets 80%, and whatever. For Zero Cycle, is his light cone better than Dance? Yes. How is Blade looking in a Bronya Sparkle Sunday comp? I have mentioned this earlier here. You will run out of the buffs. There won't be a world where you get all three, so it is much better just swap one of this out for Babin. Reduce to Sunday Rame and Bronya Sparkle. Bronya Sparkle works with Blade just because they can kind of Sparkle buff Blade and Bronya buff Blade. 3 of them will be a bit too much, so I will reduce it. There's no point running 3 of them in the same team. This is because some fucker was like spamming like gifts and like okay, anyways, would you still recommend pulling for Sunday without Jingyuan? And if I plan to skip Algae or wait for his rerun after I got remember, wait for his rerun. Is it possible to run Sparkle and Sunday where Sparkle pulls up the DPS first, DPS goes, Sunday brings them up again, so Sunday's 2-turn buff is not lost on the summons turn? Yes, this is possible. Except the first time it happens, you will lose Sparkle's buff. Because Sparkle's buff lasts for 1.99. It lasts until the start of his next turn. So the first time you you essentially swap out Bronya for Sunday. So it is the exact same concept. So for that first turn, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay. But subsequently afterwards, it will be okay, right? So, Brita, how much of a worth in investment is a E0S0 Sunday over a E1S0 Sparkle? I'm going to full save for Big Herta, but I don't want to be the one idiot who skipped a bastard support. My only hyper carry DPS. Your only hyper carry DPS is Scylla and Ratio. Buddy, you don't need Sunday, you need Jesus. Where are your follow-up? Bro skipped every single DPS. Bro skipped Akron, Yunli, Fei Xiao, Boot Hill, Reba fight. Bro skipped every single DPS since version 1. So I will personally advise you to get more DPS first. Get more DPS. How much more viable is an E1 Bronya with Sunday Lightcone over? Oh, it's very, very viable. Sunday's signature works exceptionally well because it's literally the same kit. It's very, very good. Which makes me kind of feel bad because I quite literally have a S5 Bronya. So I'll go far. Would you recommend slow Sunday or hyper speed Sunday? Which playstyle do you think is more versatile? And the future DPS I did, would you recommend hyper speed Sunday or slow Sunday? Slow Sunday is more versatile because it is easier to build a slow Sunday over a hyper speed Sunday. If you build a hyper speed Sunday, you will need to always make sure your DPS never runs speed boots. And the bottom line is also kind of tied to what DPS are you going to be using Sunday with. So for example, if you're running a very slow DPS like Yunli or Clara, or even if you want to run a slow Scylla or like slow Impetu, then you will always run a hyperspeed Sunday because it is not possible for them to catch up with a slow Sunday, right? It's very difficult for them to hit 135. Generally speaking, I feel that with the summon meta, especially for summons by the way, slow Sunday would work better because it gives you more actions. So your summon DPS first, followed by Sunday, it will give us more turns for that summon DPS. Hyperspeed Sunday technically has less turns because it is just Sunday and your DPS being directly tied to Sunday. Whereas a slow Sunday will be DPS, Sunday, DPS. So yeah, for classic DPS like Dale and Blade, I would recommend slow Sunday. Right? For Dale, basic attacking once, no enhanced basic, and then you buff him with Sunday again, and then he goes for the enhanced basic. Because basic attack still gives him energy, you know? So I'll do that. And Blade, same thing, right? Same thing. Hypothetically speaking, if we were to use Sunday times E1 Lingsha DPS for a break effect team, his armor may not be more valuable if we didn't have a Rame, or if we're using Rame on the other team. In this case, even though we'd be missing rest pen for Rame, we don't use it. I would still run Rame just because it has Winner's Break efficiency, and Winner's Break efficiency is going to be very important for slow rate damage itself, aside from the rest pen. And on top of the fact that if you really have an E1 Rame, then it's going to be even more valuable, right? So, yep. If anything, I'll just run all three. E1 Lingsha DPS, E1 Sunday, E1 Rame, Fuke. Done. How is Sunday gonna play around E2 deal specifically? Is it gonna be 134 speed? For the absolute highest possible damage, I would build fast deal, slow Sunday. So your E2 deal is just gonna always use his normal basic first, followed by a Sunday buff, so that he gets more energy. You guys remember that your normal basic it still gives you 20 energy, so it's still gonna be more valuable, especially for a low cycle clear. So yeah, for my earlier test video, summons advances both the summon and the character with the obligation of character being always placed right before the summon. Here's my question: what if the devs decide to release a summon character that needs to act right after their summons? Then we're fucked. Then Sunday will be fucked. Everyone and their mom that put for Sunday will be fucked. What world would you rather want your summon DPS to go before your actual DPS? I don't know, but if that happens, Sunday will be fucked. Based on your personal conjecture, holy shit, conjecture, what kind of character can power creep Sunday on his niche? Babin Sunday. If I'm running Hyperspeed Bronya and Hyperspeed Sunday, is it better for Sunday to go before or after Bronya? You will want Sunday to go before Bronya because Sunday buff lasts 2 turns and Bronya buff only lasts 1 turn. So if your Bronya goes before Sunday, that Bronya buff is gonna expire. Right? Very good. How does Sunday with Facial Aircon team perform with any DPS without energy pool? It performs well as long as your slot 3 and 4 is more or less settled. So for Aircon, if you have Jiao Qiu, fantastic. For Facial, if you have Robin, fantastic. Then for Sustain, either... Fuck guys, when are we getting an Aircon dedicated Sustain? MiHoYo, make it happen. Will Sunday E1 be good for vertical investment? Absolutely. 40% defense ignore is absolutely insane. If you are running Sparkle E1, Ramen E1, and Sunday E1, would there be a diminishing return? Buddy, Sparkle E1 serves 0 purpose aside from the attack buff, right? She only gets defense down from E2. So yeah, the total combined is 24 plus 20 plus 16, which is going to be 60% defense ignore. So there will be no such thing as diminishing returns because you want to stack on defense down as much as humanly possible. So a 60% defense ignore with the 3 of them is very good because if you fight against a quantum enemy plus a quantum 4-piece, that's going to be 80% defense ignore. Extremely good combination. Will Jing Liu ever be great again? She's always great, guys. Jing Liu never fell off. Would you recommend running Hyperspeed Sunday and Hyperspeed Sparkle? How do you think the speed tuning will work? I would run Sparkle followed by Sun. It's basically changing out Sunday from Bronya, right? It used to be Hyperspeed Sparkle and Hyperspeed Bronya. Exchange out Bronya, step on Sunday, done. How do you think it will work with E0 deal? Exactly like how you think it will work. So Sparkle buff deal goes, Sunday buff deal goes, and then the cycle just kind of repeats itself. First buff, it will lose out from a Sparkle buff because it only does 1.9 tons. So second buff onwards, then it will combine everything. Much love from the YouTube frog. So my question is, should I just get Sunday on its rerun instead? Because how many characters usually have more staying power in meta? And right now, I don't have any summon. Absolutely. Chat, if you are 100% pulling for Fuke, I legitimately think this will be more valuable than Sunday. Hoyo Show, by the way, Hoyo Show. You should skip Sunday and pull for Fuke, especially if you don't have summons, if you don't intend to pull for summons, and if your character right now in the meta is not looking for a Sunday upgrade. Like, if you don't even have Jingyuan, then at this point, it's really not that valuable. How does Sunday fare against other 5-star Harmony in terms of E0 to E6? E0 to E0, in my opinion, strongest is still Rame and Babin. Team 1, Team 2. E1 to E1, I would go for Babin Sunday. Yeah, Babin Sunday. Actually, Ramen is also really good. But it's just that, actually, you know what? I take it back. I think if you have an E1 Lingsha, I think Ramen Babin Sunday is around the same ballpark. Sparkle's E1 is just fucking useless. E2 Sunday falls off by quite a bit. Because E2 Sunday doesn't really change too often. I would say Sparkle's E2 is the strongest. So it's going to be something like Sparkle E2, followed by Babin E2, followed by, whatchamacallit? The, Robin, Sparkle Sunday, Robin, Runmei. Runmei's E2 is just like, I mean, like, if you're running break team, nobody really cares about your attack. E4, majority of the time, changes nothing. E6 to E6, I would personally go for Robin, followed by Runmei, followed by Sparkle, followed by Sunday. I think Sunday's E6 is alright. It basically converts the access crit. But that's just me personally. And at that point, if you're running E6, I don't think you can. It's very difficult to tell the differences between E6 because they're all just going to be dealing a bit of damage. If I'm running Sunday with E0 deal, would Lusasha or Pentacle down on the street? Lusasha. Would you? Sunday always wants this 5% by the way, because it's a lot easier for you to hit that 37% energy generation, especially if you do not have a S1. What do you think general pool value of Sunday is for free to play when compared to Robin, Rame, and etc.? Who the team above? Spargo was rated highly by blah 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 blah. It's okay, I think we kind of talked about this with the summon Robin theorem. From when we were reading the video the other time. Generally speaking, I feel that if you don't need Sunday now and you can wait for his rerun because you already have enough teams to create endgame content, then I don't think the pool value for Sunday is going to be very high, especially at the E0 S0 standpoint. If you can pull E1 S1, I think Sunday is very, very good, and it will help you future-proof into the summon DPS quite nicely. Aside from that, I would personally go for Fugue. What speed should I need for Jingyuan and Sunday for Hua 134, 135 since the speed buff only applies after? No, you would need... This speed buff is permanent, by the way, because you enter into battle with that one stack of Huan Huan's talent when you use your technique. So this is permanent. So you just straight away minus this away. Hua speed buff and Rame's speed buff, it starts from the start of battle. So yeah, very nice. What is the ultimate end game stats of Sunday and his relic? Theoretical pause without considering teammates, blah 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 blah. If I ever see a 300 crit damage, 184 speed, 4-piece ego, 2-piece Luxasha Sunday, I'll kill. How do I Bro became a bird. What do you think about Bronya Sparkle Sunday? We just answered this. As a waifu only puller, how screwed are we for skipping Sunday but still pulling Aglaia? I feel like you are probably not that screwed just because we have Remembrance MC. And maybe you could still see a sub. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend Summon Bubbin doesn't exist. But even if we don't have Summon Bubbin, you can just run regular Bubbin. I feel like regular Bubbin with summons and the sustain, it could probably still work. Maybe not as effective, but I feel like it could still work. So I don't think you're like screwed. Maybe a little bit less comfortable. Do you think Sunday can replace Pella in an E0 Aircron badge slot team? Is it kit enough to compensate for no second agility? E0 S0 Sunday is a bit sus. Because Sunday's ultimate is wasted on Aircron since she doesn't get the benefit from 20% energy regeneration. And also, E0 S0 means that you might face skill point problems. So I probably would not do that. Is it acceptable to skip Sunday so that you can pull for future? But absolutely. What would you do if one kill? Should I pull for Sunday as a free-to-play if I already have Sparkle, Robin, Rame, or wait till we run CV? I will wait till we run. Alternatively, we are running Phase on one side, Sunday on the other side. Would it be better if Robin was with Sunday and someone else replaces Robin on Fart? Nah, I will always run Robin with follow-up. Then for the Sunday side, I'll just run Sunday DPS sustain. Then the slot 4, it could very well just be your Remembrance MC when she comes out. Will Sunday be able to use in the facial team comp? Absolutely. This question is only for E2 Deal because only fake E2 Deal fans doesn't have E2 Deal. My question is for E2 Deal, does ER rope work excellently for him when using this? You actually don't need this ER rope anymore because you get you get sufficient energy from Sunday itself. Okay, think about it this way. If your E2 deal has no energy sources, it means that any form of energy buffs, like your Ting Yun, like your Sunday, is going to be more impactful for your E2 deal compared to an E2 deal with energy regeneration sources. You know? So I would personally still run attack, especially since you want to kind of nuke the enemy as soon as humanly possible, right? So I will still take with attack rope. Also, holy fucking throwback. I have no idea what the fuck was wrong with my hair last time. Can you replace Sparkle with E0 S0 Sunday on Blade Comp? Absolutely. Is it worth to put another light cone for Sparkle? For Sparkle, no. For Bronya, yes. But would you want to put it for Bronya? If you were to rename if you were to use a rename card on Sunday, what would you name him? Jesus. Would you think that Sunday is the best designed male character? If not him, who is? There is only one answer, is Guo Wang Chaoxi. Would you know if the 4-piece Pioneer and E2 aircraft buff work with the E6 Sunday? I honestly have no fucking idea, chat. I actually have no idea if this was with E6 Sunday. Which is why I mentioned in the item section. Let me know if you guys know in the comments if this outside of battle stats works with additional crit rate conversion. Because based on the E6 wording is as soon as this talent takes place, but trigger condition crit rates like your 4-piece Pioneer and E1 Akron, it only triggers during the attack itself. So I'm actually not too sure if this works with Sunday. Yeah. Can I run with a 3? Oh, absolutely. Can I skip Sunday and just work with Bronya E2? Ew, mail. Because I'm using E2 S1 Akron and Break Team. I don't have Jingyuan, Topaz, Lingsha. Absolutely. You mentioned a few replacing rivals. Why not HMC? You can replace both. 160 speed or -1 DPS, answered this before. Okay, but it says it's Bugger player, I'll answer again. As our rank 1, one of our rank 1 Oilers, right? 160 speed for units that are very slow and very difficult to build speed by themselves naturally. Generally speaking, -1 speed plus DPS Sunday would be better, especially if you think about summon meta going for the future. So that's gonna be that. Is DDD better than Sunday Signature Icon? Nope, because you're gonna run out of skill point in 2 seconds, right? Especially if you're running a -1 speed Sunday. I already have Sparkle E0 S0 E2 S1 Akron. I have no intention to build summon team. Should I get Sunday to replace Sparkle in the Akron team? Nope. Is E2 S1 Bronya better for boot heal over E0 S1 Sunday, or is it better to run both without harming MC? That is a interesting question, because Sunday's buff doesn't really benefit boot heal. I would still run Sunday just for the energy, which is something that Bronya doesn't trigger. So because of the energy, you could hit some specific breakpoints that get yourself a earlier boot heal ultimate. Aside from that, I would personally stick with Sunday. How much time do you think it would take Sunday to get power? I'm not that way. I have no idea. I don't have Robin, Rame. I want to pull for both Sunday and Fuke. I have E0 S1 Jingyuan and E0 S0 deal. Should I pull on Sunday? No signature light cone for Sunday. But you don't have Robin and Rame. Wait, you don't have Robin and Rame. So the only support you have in your account is a Sparkle and Silver Wolf. That's actually an interesting question, because I actually don't know what I would do. Oh my god. I'll let chat decide. Chat, what should we pull? Chat, type 1 for Sunday, type 2 for Fuke. I'm a little bit clueless. Pull for Robin. My chat says Fuke. I also pull Fuke. Is it worth for Sunday when I have Robin, no Rame, Sparkle, and Bro? Okay, you have every support except for Rame. You have no summon DPS. Did bro just copy and paste? My DPS is Fei Xiao and Yunli. Firefly will be E2 S1. Oh, your Firefly will be E2 S1? Okay, pull Fuke, done. I already have a E2 S1 Sparkle. Okay, chat. If you have a E2 Firefly, you just pull Fuke. It will be super comfortable, because the Exo Toughness can trigger an extra turn. Do you think I should pull Sunday and I use him as a second support for my Silla team, or replace Sparkle with him? Or should I skip and save for 3.0? Other question, in your video you said Sunday is more skill and than support even E0. Wouldn't E0 Sparkle be running Sunday Signature Icon? That is true though. If you run Sparkle with Sunday Signature Icon, that is true. But that means you're going to be pulling for a Signature Icon just for E0 Sparkle. And Sparkle can run DDD, which is something that might be more valuable. And I will stand by that fact till the day I die. The Sparkle Signature Light Cone is actually S5 DDD, right? So, me personally, I think if you don't really care about Break Team that much, I think you can just pull for Sunday, right? You can just pull for Sunday. Can Sunday replace March 7 Topaz Mosey for Fei Xiao team? Sunday Robin Ho, I feel like he can. And then you buff Robin's energy with Sunday. I feel like he can. If you pair him with Fei Xiao, can Fei Xiao stack up her ultimate as fast as March 7th Mosaic Topaz? If I pair Sunday with Yunli, who should I swap out? Okay, if you use Sunday with Yunli, it's gonna be Sunday Robin Huan Huan. Sunday Robin Huan Huan, Sunday Robin Huan Huan, Sunday. It will always be Sunday Robin Huan Huan. You wouldn't really have a problem with Robin's ultimate running Sunday Robin Huan Huan, but you might face you will face problem with Fei Xiao's follow-up stacks. It will be a lot lesser, since your Sunday is constantly scaling. Your Huan Huan is the only other person basic attacking. So your Fei Xiao stacks would definitely be slightly impacted, right? So I will leave that up to you. I would still think that the traditional fart will probably be, it is more viable. Can I know how future-proof Sunday is? I'm not that way. Will Sparkle remain relevant? Yes, she's still relevant. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Just move over E2. Assuming the summon unit X like Topaz instead of Jingyuan, do you think that Robin Rame will perform only on par with Sunday? But we are comparing a 80% damage buff though. But raw numbers is a very big buff. Also, I feel that Rame with summon is just a little bit sussy, just because we have like 0 action value advance. Robin might work, especially since the summons can also take Robin's additional damage. But I think units like Topaz works very well with Robin. So I don't see why not. Right? I don't see why not. Is Sunday Sparkle or Sunday Robin better? Sunday Robin. When in doubt, Sunday Robin Huan Huan. When in doubt, Sunday Robin Huan Huan. You run a team for everyone in the most. Do you think that Sunday will be one of the best supports like Run-mate and Robin in the future, or he's only made for future some DPS? I am conservative. Okay, let's put it this way. When Robin released, I felt like she was it. She was it. She was the unit. She was the honored one when Robin released. I don't feel this way for Sunday. So I'll just put it as that. If I have E3 Bronya, should I put E4 in the ticket? If I put on Sunday, blah, blah, blah. Even if you don't put on Sunday, just pick Bronya. There's no one else you will put anyways. Because Edith's Bronya is honestly very, very nice. And also E4 was very well facial. King, is Sunday better with our white facial? Because I think facial is better follow up alongside Babin and Truin. Who the hell is Truin? Plus, if Sunday needs speed, how many speed needs? Slow Sunday, slow Sunday, slow Sunday. So if you're running Sunday with facial, it's still going to be facial, Sunday facial, and you do a Babin, and then it will be facial again, right? So obviously it's the same thing. Although our Chicken Wing Boy generates more skill when bottom compared to Sparkle, how relevant would this like be also? Exact same question. Sparkle can run Sunday signature, but I will still run DDD on Sparkle from personal experience. How good would this be on other Harmony characters such as Ting Yun? You're cooked. Regarding the early access, isn't ER redundant on Sunday without light cone, blah, 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 blah. 2 hits required with light cone, blah, 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 blah. Of course, if we go to get attack buff from Luxury, then by all means, we are good. 12 energy short. 12 energy short. I think this general Luxasha shit, it also helps us to account for Huan Huan or Quick Pro Quo, which are some things that you don't really factor into the team. Because the quote-unquote best in slot is probably going to be running here with Robin and Huan Huan. So I feel that the additional 5% of Luxasha, it will help you in scenarios where you felt was not that helpful. Also, if he is going to be a hyper carry, then running sets like Broken Kill doesn't really... Like who the fuck cares if Huan Huan has Broken Kill? Oh my god, Huan Huan has 10% more crit damage. You know what I'm saying? So I will still run Luxasha just because... Generally, it's just that one DPS that's gonna be the main guy. Is Sunday Lycon Bryce? Absolutely. Will E0 as on Sunday be go for E2 Aircron team, assuming no Sparkle, or may E6 as on Brown be better comparing E2 as on Aircron? Blah 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 blah. Should I my Sunday players for field? TLDR, this is good. This is good. E0 S1 for E2 Aircron is going to be good. Going for Aglaya, skipping Herta, using E2 S1 Firefly until Summon Meta, I would say you should pull for Fuke. If you have E2 S1 Firefly, you should pull for Fuke. For E2 Aircron users, would pulling Sunday? Absolutely. E0 S1 would not be enough. Should I go for E0 for... go for... This is a bit rough. Fuke. If you can only run one of them, what teams are Bronya Sparkle in better compared to E0 S1 Sunday, including Sustainless Comps and Bronya Idolins? Assuming you can only run one of them. What teams are Bronya Sparkle still better in? No teams. DPS plus Sunday plus Sparkle plus Huan Huan using Luxasha except for DPS, can they achieve infinite skill by spending skills? Yes. No, your Huan Huan would need to use basic. As the 3 hook mains, ain't nobody really on it. That's even 0. Absolutely not. Holy shit. I'm gonna let YouTube Frogs take over this one. I'll throw this question for the YouTube Frogs. I'll give you guys 10 seconds to read this giant essay as I take another sip of water. Yo, Big ZZ. Welcome. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I agree with your statement. I plan to pull for the Herda. Should I pull Sunday? The Herda team. Okay, theoretically speaking, if Herda is not gonna be a summon DPS, then theoretically speaking, you technically don't really need Sunday. Theoretically speaking. Also, what the fuck? You're running DOT? Womp. Would Ratio Jiao Sunday sustain be better than Ratio Jiao Robin sustain at E0? This is an interesting question. Because I've not tested this. 50 vulnerability is always gonna be quite good. Because the thing is, if we run Robin, right? The additional damage is gonna be applied for all ratios follow-up plus Jiao Qiu's personal damage, plus a little bit for sustain. Whereas we run Sunday, it will hyper buff ratio. And Jiao Qiu doesn't really care if he gets a benefit from Sunday's buffs. Somehow I feel like both teams will perform kinda similarly. Because if you were to use Jiao Qiu Robin sustain ratio, I'm a bit scared that you don't have enough energy for Robin to cast her out. Because it's just going to be ratio spamming the attacks. Unless this is Hui. So, interesting question. I'm going to leave out the chat as well. I have all 3 story units. Do I pull for Fuke or Sunday? Fuke. I may get fucked, but not Fuke. Should I spend 600 Undying Starlights to buy... Just get Signature Lycon. Holy, just get Signature Lycon. Isn't this 400? Okay, oh wait, it's 600. Alright, okay. If you can afford it, okay, absolutely. Is Sunday an upgrade to these 3 E0 DPS? If no, I just skip. No. I mean, technically, yes, but it's not worth it. Currently not interested in Sunday, but like when it's powerful, should I pull for it? You can give it to Sparkle, you can give it to Bronya, you can give it to Hanya, you can give it to... You can even give it to Team Win, just permanently spam Team Win skill, right? And you can give it to us, you know, all this, very good. Does Coggers with Sunday? Absolutely. Does Sunday use its basic attack? Is E2 Bronya better than Sunday for Bull Hill because of the defensive buff? No, because Sunday has the energy generation. Just requirements for information, I already finished it. For E... Oh, watch out, we're almost done. Last 10 questions. We are almost done. Last 10 questions. For E2 Deal, is this better than... No. As in, Sparkle is not better than Bubbin, because Bubbin is Bubbin. So, no. The additional damage and AV is just way too important. Yeah. We'll find out. My case is kind of special. I'm getting few 100%. The thing is, I have enough to also get hurt. I have no idea what Fuchs E1 and Lycon does. So, unfortunately, I can't answer your question. For E0 deal, how would it turn out if I went 160 Sparkle, 135 deal, and 134 Sunday? The idea is I'm trying to build a Sparkle will bring out deal, takes its turn, Sunday goes up and deal day, rinse and repeat. Would this even work? Is this viable? If I can't achieve my idea without speaking, what kind of situation do? Okay, this works, but it's bad because if you go Sparkle before Sunday, when Sunday pulls up deal, this deal will not have Sparkle's buffs. Because Sparkle buff will expire at the start of his turn. So if instead you do something like the other way, then he can get both buffs at the same time. Because this bro's buff lasts for 2 turns. You know, bro. I can't achieve my idea. What kind of things to make this possible? Is even a deal with Sparkle on E0 as your Eon and Sparkle with either DDD or you know what? Excellent goddamn question. I would love for a E0 deal to find out for me. Because unfortunately, we ain't got E0 deal. E0 deal means rise up. Answered, save Allison. Save Allison. If using Sunny when a group is feasible with train ultimate fairly easily, I would say it's alright. Because Quick Broco is kind of RNG. But with Huan, it is fairly achievable. When using Sunday with Boot Hill, should I farm the Ego set? It's never worth it to farm Ego set. You should always try to use your fragments to farm it. 200 speed Sunday. All the best. Why is Sunday so hype? He's a man. Will you react to Sunday trade? Nah, I'm good. Will Sunday be good with Argenti? Yes. The question is very specific of my situation, blah, blah, blah. I'm aware, blah, 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 blah. Wait, I'm... Okay, for Bronya Lycon, very good, but I will leave it to you if you think it's going to be worth it. Since you are aware, I will say yes. Then running Bronya, or rather, running Sunday's Signature Lycon is absolutely going to be an upgrade for Bronya. For this question, he might be the meta-defining character for summons, but we also stated the case of whether or not he might not be a meta-defining character. It depends on how the summon DPS will turn out. Because there's a good chance that we might still use Robin for that, right? So, last questions. How all these arguments, is it worth to cut myself a best 2 4 months? If you don't want to wait, just pull. Done. Do I get Sunday if I have no summon DPS or Unity? You have no Sparkle or where? Sure. I've E0 as yes. My 5-star is guaranteed trackers. I have Qingyuan Tobes E1 Lingsha for Sunday to support by E2 Rabbi and I don't have Ramen. Okay, Fuke. Does summon count as a follow-up attack? So far they all do. No more, chat. No more. Okay. No more. Okay. Is Sunday's signature big enough upgrade over S3 Brother Code? Yes. Is Sunday better than Fuke in E6 S3 Aircon team with Lingsha? I do not have Jiao Qiu LOL. It's E6 Aircon. You can run fucking Hanya with E6 Aircon. Okay, with that, we have come to the end of 100 Sunday questions. Let's see how this video does, because I think there has been a nuclear amount of yapping, if I can say so myself. What of the day is gonna be? I don't think we're gonna be doing this anymore, because I don't think I've yapped this hard for a long time. So join Twitch, join YouTube, join Discord, join Twitter. All is the best way. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.